All right. Welcome to Rebel TV's first live show. I had planned a lot for today. Basically, I've just gathered a lot of information and news from all over Europe this week that I wanted to talk about. And I actually put them all in small posters like this. But then I actually realized that that's not why I'm doing this live stream. Hey there, Crystal Shaman, Crunchy Bee, welcome. As I said, I made a lot of posters with all kind of news that I wanted to cover tonight, but then I realized that that's not why I'm doing it. I'm doing live streams because I want to interact with people. I want to talk to people, and I want to feel people, and I want this to be as honest as it can get. So I threw all the posters out, and instead I'm just going to wing it, because I also realized that I just made up all these news that I wanted to cover because, well, to fill in time if there were no one here. And I just realized if there's no one here, then there's not really a problem, is there? So, yeah. I'm just going to wing it. First, I'm just going to sit here and talk a little, and then I'm going to do some Q&A for everybody that wants to join. So, yeah, we have Crystal Shaman and Crunchy Bee here. To start with, if you don't know me, I'm a guy who likes to do things the opposite of what I'm told. So basically, it gets me in a lot of trouble. I was gonna wear a T-shirt that said something that I probably would get a strike from. So just before the show, I changed it to this one. So, what do I want to talk about today? Well, basically, I want to talk about, as the title says, enough is enough. I've personally reached a point in my life where I can't, cope with the world as it is no more. I either wanted to go back as it was, or I wanted to be something better. And I'm ready to fight for what I believe in. So today I'm gonna shit a little on the YouTube censors. I'm just gonna talk about anything and everything. And if I get a strike or this gets pulled down, so be it. I don't give a shit. I just want this to be up on the level. So, yeah, if anybody want to join with some questions or something that you need my view on, I'll be happy to do that. That's what I'm best at, just to wing a subject. I'm not an expert in anything, but I know a decent amount of everything. So that's my philosophy. I'd rather know a little about everything than know a whole lot about one thing. So, yeah. I want to talk about what we can do, because I think it's very important that we try to detach ourselves from this system. Because this system right now is feeding on us as persons. And if you have a conviction that you in later this year is going to say no to a vaccine, you better start get ready. You better start rebuilding your life to something that's different. What up there, Matt? yeah, this guy's from Denmark. So, yeah. But basically, if you want to have a life that's a little to the normal side. Let's say it like that, because I think the new normal will be that you're wearing a mask, that will be that you're vaccinated, it will be that you're doing what you're told. So if you want something else, you need to recalibrate your life, to say it like that. You need to acknowledge that there will be things that you can't do without this vaccination, and you start to recalibrate your life after that. Uh, for instance, you know you're not going to take the buses, you know you're not going to take public transportation, so just start gradually getting that out of the system. Get a bike, get a motorbike, get a electric running wheel, do whatever it needs you need to do, you know. Yeah, that's just one issue. And of course you have the banks. Detach yourself as much from the bank as you can, because that will be an issue down the line too. And if you are on welfare or benefits of any kind, you need to sort that out too, because that will be a problem for you too. We are already seeing it in Australia and other places, that welfare and every benefits from the system will be taken from you. If you have a company that is living on a stimulus package or something like that, you know, start see what you can do to go around that, because at some point they will control you. So yeah, I want you to think about this not as a diet, you know. The problem, if I don't know if you know me, but I don't like diets. I'm into lifestyle changes. You know, you need to find a lifestyle that you can live with, a lifestyle that you can endure living in. So many people, when they want to lose weight or stop smoking, they do diets, they do patches for smokes and stuff like that. Don't do it. Recalibrate your life, you know. Gradually take everything that you know is going to be taken from you in 6 months and just dispose of it, you know. So hey there, Husha. Good to see you. Good to see everybody here. I wasn't expecting you guys. Where did you get this? That's nice. But yeah, try to detach yourself from this system as much as possible. Get a phone like this. Something that's, I say, 3G or less. You have to go back to find phones about 2007 and down. This one cost me $20, and it suits me fine. You know, the only thing this phone can't do, that your smartphones can do, is to see videos and interact plays and apps and stuff like that. It has Bluetooth. It has a MP4 player. It has voice recording, and it has all kinds of things. Everything you need, you know. So yeah, buy a phone like this, and let's cope out all those new phones and those new apps. You know, no more apps, because you know what that's going to lead. That's going to lead to full control. So yeah, that was a little rant. If anybody wants to join me, I can. I think I can do it. And by the way, I'm probably gonna fuck this up. This is my first live stream, so please be patient. uh, Copy. I think if anybody, yeah, that's good. Good, Matt. You got Hosea. Well, I love. It's been a long time no see, Hosea, but yeah, we're gonna have some fun. Hey there, Jim. If anybody want to push that link and join or ask some questions, you can ask questions in the chat too, or just subjects that you want me to cover, and I'll be happy to oblige. Otherwise, I'm just gonna sit here and yap about all stuff that's in my head. So yeah. That's good to hear, Jim. So you don't have a mobile at all, or you just got rid of the smartphone? Yeah. No mobile at all. That's the way to go, Jim. Unfortunately, I have to have one for my work. That's just the way it is. So, but I just downgraded to something that they can't trace on if I have an untraceable card in it. So, yeah. I don't know if anybody. Oh, we got Matt has joined. I love to talk to Matt. So without further ado, let's see if I can do this. Add to stream. Matt,
yo,
how you doing?
Yeah,
it's working,
Can you hear me?
man. That's cool.
ha,
I'm a tech whiz.
yeah,
What do you know?
haha, dude.
So what you doing?
I gotta say, before I started talking, I'm a little high right now. I just hit some really, really
it's all over
nice,
your face.
nice like hash oil, rosin. But I'm at my grandfather's house right now.
All right.
In sunny Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
I could actually walk to the Black Swan from the flat Earth, observation from here.
Okay.
In 10 minutes. No joke.
Nice.
That's how close I am.
Have you recorded it?
Yeah. I haven't, but
Yeah.
I could if I wanted to.
Yeah. Okay.
And
Yeah.
I'm leaving for Thailand in 2 weeks.
Yeah.
So,
you told me. So you think you're gonna go?
yeah, well, they have in about 2 days. I'm eligible to begin applying for what's called. I'm going to insert the New World Order certificate of entry pass that I have to fill out.
Okay.
I have to pay for COVID insurance, right?
Okay.
Which goes
COVID insurance.
Yeah,
So
I have to pay about $150 COVID insurance, and then I apply, and then they approve that, and then I put in my flight, and then they approve that, and then I have to pay for like $1,000 to do 14-day quarantine hotel, which includes meals, and I have to pay for that and show them that they approve that, and then 3 days before I fly, I have to get a negative PCR test for COVID, right? Into them, and then they approve it. So it's all uncertain. And then I go there, do 14 days, and then I get to see my girlfriend.
That's good. That's good. You do that because you deserve some peace.
Yeah, thanks, man.
So, yeah, man. So I really hope that you get to go. So
right. They're like saying they're supposed to open everything up by October. That was their promise, but they're acting more and more like they're going to close down because they shut down domestic travel there. My girlfriend's sister is actually stuck on an island, and it's called Koh Lipe, and she can't get to Bangkok because they canceled all the flights domestic. They're still allowing international, believe it or not, but not domestic. So they're really ramping it up to push that vax, or
yeah.
jab.
I just need to fix that camera. What the fuck did I do? I'm a moron. So yeah, I think it's that. Okay, Matt. So you need to take a test.
Yeah, I want
So-
to try to find a saliva test, or there are some tests where they let you do it yourself, and I'll just give it back to them blank. You know?
Yeah, because I have to tell you, I haven't taken one test so far. So
Right, I've never taken one.
I'm not. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, I haven't either. So
Right.
I had my work trying to get me to take a test 2 weeks ago, and I refused. And he said, "Well, we need to get everybody tested, you know." And I said, "I'm not doing it. You just give me a pink slip. I don't give a shit." And he pulled back and said, "All right, but if you talk to the other guys, can you say you've taken one?" So
Right. Yeah, I've never taken this kind of test before, and the times I was diagnosed with the flu before, but they just did it on symptoms, right?
yeah,
You know, they didn't do any test. They just, oh yeah, you have the flu. He's probably right or whatever it is, you know. But yeah.
Yeah, well, I was sick here like 4 weeks ago, and I haven't been sick for like years now. And all of a sudden, I got really, really sick. And it was actually just like 3 or 4 weeks after the vaccine came out. I got insanely sick. I had my stomach was turned upside down for 5 days. And normally, I'm not sick more than 24 hours. I'm back on work, but this one was bad. So I don't know. Maybe there is something in these vaccines. I've been saying all along that I don't think there's anything in the first 1 or 2, but I'm not so sure no more.
Right. I don't know what to make of it, you know. What are they trying to do with this thing? Really? Is there going to be like are they going to be able to like flip a switch and, you know, have a bunch of people, you know, drop dead? Or is it going to, like, the next time these people get sick, is it going to hurt them that way because they spike proteins in the way they're attacking the body and attacking the cells and how all that works, you know, that they're now more susceptible to that. I don't know. And they got these these magnets, you know, they got metal inside them. How are you going to get that out of you? I don't know.
I've seen some of those too. Don't know what to make of it. But I don't think it makes sense to start killing us now. It wouldn't, and it especially wouldn't make sense to kill the people that are willing to vaccinate themselves. If they want to kill somebody, it's you and me, Matt. You know, it's the people that can see. It's the people that can see through the deception. So,
and listen to this. So my best friend, I was best man in his wedding. We were in the Marine Corps together. He's now a captain in the National Guard, and they were saying for months now. They've been saying mandatory vaccine for everybody in the Army, September 1st, no exemptions, right? Yeah, so all these guys are scared, and they're also not letting you go to schools where, like, go to jump school or something, which looks really good on your resume or whatever to get you promoted. Yeah. And you don't get to go to those schools when you're unvaccinated. So you're getting promoted for getting vaccinated, but they don't say that, right?
Yeah. But it's also a good way to weed out all those who are unwanted in the military, right?
Right. Well, what they just came out and said, now we're about 2 weeks away from September 1st. We're going to allow exemptions if you have a religious exemption or medical exemption. So think about the people that got scared and got it, you know, and didn't thinking they can't get in. And then last minute they say you can.
Imagine the peer pressure when you go on a big ship or you go somewhere in tight quarters with your buddies from the military, you know. Mm-hmm. Imagine you're in a bunker with 16 people, you know, a unit, and 2 of them chose not to have it, you know. Mm-hmm. What do you think the other guy is going to think about that, you know?
Right, and and they're doing it in the sports teams too, but especially the military, and it angers me because when it's like when I see them putting masks on the Marines, I still, even though, you know, my sentiment on the war, I'm really anti-war now, but you know, they brainwashed me, and I still have that brotherhood, you know, and my Marines friends are still really good friends of mine, you know, a lot of them are flat earthers and stuff and truthers. And even if they're not, like, we still love each other. We don't end our friendship.
Yeah, you can be friends without agreeing. Right. You know, that is possible.
Right. Yeah.
So I've been talking about for a long time, especially with some of my friends that I've lost within the last 5 years. I say, why are you like that? But
Yeah. Well, what we were saying though, what I was saying about the Marines is, I can't. We're going back to the masks, and they're like, I can't stand it. That they're putting muzzles on these Marines. Like, dude, no, 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 no. No,
Yeah.
we're like the almost honorable, like fighting force. You don't muzzle us.
Yeah.
It just it angers me. And we're not afraid of no virus, dude. Marine ain't afraid of no little scared. I don't care if he believes it. Marine ain't scared of no virus.
If a Marine starts to get scared of things he can't see, that's a problem. Hey there, dearest John. Good to see you. So yeah, is there anything you want to talk about, Matt?
No, I wanted to jump on and say hi, man.
Yeah, it's cool. I love to see you. You always.
Yeah, dude. I don't think I've ever seen your face, dude. But you look exactly how you sound. So I didn't even need to. You look exactly how I imagined.
Okay, and that's cool.
I gotta apologize, man, coming on this Scandinavian television broadcast here, without a beard, with this little girly face here. I shaved one day ago. I had a beard yesterday.
I was actually thinking about shaving, and I said, no, fuck it. I'm just gonna be me. I'm just gonna sit here and look like this. So normally when I'm newly shaved, I only have the goatee here. So then I let it grow, and I shave it once every other month or something like that. So.
Yeah. Well. What about with you? Because I remember talking about September. You have any other updates on that? Because are they going to pass?
And they're really amping it up here in Denmark. September is, I don't know if it's for the world, but for Denmark, September is gonna be the rollout of something new. That's really and it involves the kids. That's the problem,
right?
So,
dude, it's just it makes me think September 11th, right? I also think like September and the way these people work, these grabbler bankers and such, right? Yeah. The way that the way these people operate, right, is they're on it's called a fiscal year. It actually starts November 1st, like, so you got like or October 1st. I forget which one. I think maybe it's October 1st, and you have the last couple of months of the year. They have their fiscal year for their banking year. It actually starts early.
But if you go back, you have 2 months where all the rollouts is coming. It's April and it's September. Always. You always see the big propaganda rollout in those 2 months. So I don't know why. I don't know what the significance of the dates, but it seems like mid-September and mid-April is the month where everything just goes to shit.
Right. I know, dude. That's like, I'm like worried because that's the day I'm scheduled to arrive in Thailand. Is like, well, I leave August 31st, and because of the daylight savings and stuff, the time zones, and because we're on a flat Earth, You
want to know my opinion? I think you're getting out right in time.
Right. You think so? Okay.
Yeah, I think so. Okay. I think this is last call.
Yeah. Okay.
I really do.
Well, I'll be letting you know right when I get there, celebrating. I'll be so happy. Even if I'm in quarantine, I'm in.
Yeah. And I think when you're in, you're gonna be all right. They're not fanatic in Thailand like they are in the rest of the world. So, yeah, good thing you're not going to Europe. Let me say it like that.
Yeah, man. Did I tell you my girl got released a couple days on Friday?
No.
They released her. Yeah, I got a video of it, man. I'll send it to you. It's real emotional, man. She gained a little weight. I think she looks great. Honestly, before she was like a twig. I'll send it to you. It's not on my channel or anything. But man, real emotional. And she came up. She goes up and she gets down on her knees, right to her mom, or she hands her something and does a Y. But a really like bowing, like forgiving the parent for my sin. For what I did and for the family, and because that's what they do. They just send to users. You just have for using drugs, you go to jail for a couple years. You know, they treat it like a criminal over there. But yeah, they let her out a year early because of her extremely good behavior, man. And I found out the money I was sending her, she was helping out all the other girls in the prison that had no money and no opportunity of anybody to send them any. So all the girls in there, they all had her back. They're like, hey, Bu, can we do your laundry? Can we do this? Can we do that? So it made her time easier, and she's the most rehabilitated person in the whole prison, that her friends say, her peers say. So it looks like it's going to turn out to be a happy ending, but we'll see, you know?
Well, it's not about that. It's just about what connection you two have, you know?
Right. We've been together, you know, that was my college sweetheart, man. And
how she stands in the world and how you stands in the world, it does not matter whether, you know, as long as you're fit for each other.
Right.
There was once a very bright man who said, you know, there's no man or woman in this world that's perfect, you know? You're not perfect, I'm not perfect, and I promise you, this girl you have, Matt, is not perfect either, you know?
Sure.
The only thing that matters is whether you're perfect for each other.
Yeah. True.
That's it.
Yeah. Good. Well said, man. Well said. Well, yeah, I'll let you go, man.
All right.
Good talking to you.
I hope you have a good trip, you know?
Thanks,
and
man.
You need to let me know when you land. All right?
I will, bro. I will. Thanks, Brian.
That's good. See you, man. All right. That was an old friend. I've talked to Matt many times on the Discord. I just love this guy. He's always positive. He's always see things in good light. So, yeah, thanks, man. If anybody else wanna jump in, you can do so. I don't know if the link is still in there somewhere. Otherwise, I can drop it again. And it doesn't have to be much, you know. If you have an opinion, or you have something to say, or you have a question, or you want to hear my opinion, just jump in, and we'll have a chat. Otherwise, I'm just gonna yap on something that I see. In Denmark, I see September is coming, and in September, it's all about the kids. Just 2 weeks after the news came out that they want to vaccinate the kids down to 12 years of age, we have 2 deaths of COVID-19. You know, now they call it with COVID-19. You know, and it just plays into the story right away. You know, it's really stupid because, well, this bug hasn't really attacked any kids for the last 22 months, and those who have been infected of a bogus virus haven't been sick by it. So it's just more nonsense, if you ask me. I hope that's okay. I say again, YouTube, this is my opinion and my opinion alone. I am not an expert. I am not a doctor, but I do have an opinion. So, yeah, there's 2 kids from my son's class who has been vaccinated, and I think it's only a matter of time when half of the school is vaccinated, they start pushing that you have to have a vaccination to send your kid to school, and you can see the writing on the wall. So if you have a kid in school, you need to start and fight for your rights, because it is coming down the line, and it seems like Britain and Australia and my own country are in the front line when it comes to the kids. I've seen some articles from US as well that they want to vaccinate down to 12 years of age. I don't know if it's the entire country, but yeah, Imagine that, vaccinating kids. I already start to see kids with masks, and there's no enforcement of masks, and we have mask kids in public transportation now. So yeah, I had to bite my tongue every time I ride the train because I really want to say something, but I also know where that conversation is going to go. It's not going to go to a good place. And I've come to the conclusion now that it's not up to me to save the world. I felt like that once 6 months ago, that I really want to change the people around me, but I see now that that's not possible. Even those I can see the problem is I just, when I'm not there and the pressure gets too high, they will buckle. So I think I'm sorry to say, but I've reached a point where it's every man for themselves. And I know I'm going to have a fight in my hands, and I know I'm going to have a lot of aggravation and a lot of pain and a lot of sorrows and a lot of frustration the next 6 or 12 months. So I'm going to pick my fights very carefully. So I'm no longer trying to convince people to drop the mask. I'm no longer trying to convince people to be better people. People can do whatever they want now. I don't care. I really don't care. As long as they don't push it on me. When they try to push their beliefs on me, I'm going to snap at them and tell them that they crossed the line. So, yeah. I'm amazed we have people here, and it's all the good people. Is there anybody I have mentioned? Cisco is here. Hello, Cisco. Good to see you. And there is Dawn, Crystal Shaman, Jem. It's all the usual suspects, and I love it. Yeah, Jem. Yeah, that's exactly my thought there, Jem. If they don't got it by now, they're not gonna get it. Especially when you're handing the truth and they're just neglecting that. So I try to focus on the people that I can help, because I actually start to see now who is acceptable for my interference in their lives, and who not to touch. Sheeps are becoming more and more obvious, easier to spot, and I'm practicing that right now. So every time I ride the train, I'm really looking closely at people to see, to try to find that facial expression and those emotions that you can catch, because the last 2 months I've really started to see that old movie. Oh, what is it called? The Invasion of the Body Snatchers. Remember that one, with Donald Sutherland, and that's what I'm seeing right now. I see people who are like they are infested with something else, something mind control, something signal, some sort of rule, and they're pointing fingers at all the others. And Cisco asked if I ever plan on going off grid. Yeah. That plan has been laid a long time ago. I have a place. I'm not going to say exactly where, but it's way north, and it's way deserted. It's basically our Alaska. European Alaska. And if shit hits the fan, all I need to do is get to Sweden. I know a place way north that I can retreat to. And I'm gonna get myself a little flock of reindeers, and I'm gonna try to provide myself and my family out there somehow. Getting away is something that I've been planning for, especially the last 6 months. I've been planning for a scenario that they're gonna come and knock on my door, and I think that is gonna happen really soon. Maybe sooner here than it is in the rest of the world. So I've already packed. I have a bug out bag and everything. So yeah, off grid is definitely an issue. And yeah, I hope that answers your question, Cisco. Otherwise, just give me another one. I am an old prepper, so I am in that boat, Cisco. I've just changed my perspective from February this year. Before I was prepping for an in-home environment, but now I realize more and more that I think if shit hits the fan and society breaks down, and I think that eventually that's what's going to happen, we need to leave our homes. If society breaks down for 3 or 4 weeks or more, I think it's time to leave. So now I only have preparation in-house for 4 or 5 weeks at any given time. Because I think if we're going past that, it's time to get out of Dodge. So, yeah. I am a prepper. Yeah, I prepare. I prepare for any scenario that I think might come, and I've already made my stand. I'm not going to be vaccinated. I'm not going to let my kids get vaccinated. That is just that's where it is, and I'm ready to fight for that, and I'm ready to go to the courts if I need to. I'm ready to go all the way. But once I feel that heat, that they can threaten me with my kids and stuff, it's time to get out of Dodge. So, yeah, that's it. Anybody else? Anybody want to join? Any questions? Let's see what we got here. Yeah, movies and series. That's right, Don. We have a lot. It's actually insane how many series that contains this scenario we're living now that's come out for the past 28 months, I'll say. If I would recommend one, it would be Colony. Colony is an insane series that really shows what they're going to do right now. I think it's about dividing us, what's happening right now. And if you haven't seen Colony, it's about an invasion from somewhere else that makes the whole world population get divided in cities. So there's a wall around every city, and they're not going to build walls around us, but it's transferred. I think it's going to be the internet. I think the next step is by concentrating us so we can't get any outside information. They're already doing it in China. They have done it in Austria. And when people start to get attacked, I think that's the next big thing. We're going to have a lot of cyber attacks. And when these cyber attacks, they're playing right into the hands that now we need to protect ourselves. Now we need a border, but the border is going to come in a form of controlling the internet. So let's say you live in California or something like that. They're going to limit your internet so you can't get information from the outside and you can't send information out. They're going to make internet borders. I think that is the next big step. So we can't unite, and because that's what it's about. There's awakening going on, and they're afraid that we're going to unite, especially United States. I've said this before, and I say it again. They are afraid of you. You know, do something. Let me put this right. I see the United States as the last frontier. They have taken all our guns here in Europe. There's nothing we can do. When they're marching down the street, that we don't stand a chance. The only thing they fear right now is the United States, because you people have more guns than your army combined. So they are afraid of you. They are afraid that you're going to unite. That's why the bullshit is zigzagging between states. If you have seen, you have some states doing this, then you have some states doing something, and then they switch around, and it goes all over the place. And that's because they don't want you to unite, you know. So when they see groups start gathering, they're just going to give you a little freedom, and you're gonna accept that. And yeah, you know what I mean. Yeah, we need to unite on a bigger scale, and I think, without laying too much on your shoulders, I think the United States is the place to go. You can really get something. You can move mountains if you want to. We're just gonna get squashed. When I've tried it before, when we were on the plaza, we were walking 3,000 people. That was about it, you know. Once we started getting more numbers than that, the police came there and they dispersed us, and yeah, it all goes to shit. And we're seeing it in England too. You know. They can do whatever they want because, well, we have nothing to defend ourselves with except science and beliefs and faith and courage. That is our only weapon here in Europe. So, yeah. I would love to learn how to defend myself with a firearm, but it's not really possible. I've bought myself a trainee on gas. A guy like this, and I try and practice skills, gun control, trigger control, and all that, and try and be better. And in my survival bag, I have insertions for shotguns for any round available, because the most common gun in Northern Europe is a shotgun. It's used for hunting, and I just have 6 insertions that I can put in, so I can put them in any shotgun. All I need to get, I need to get my hands on a shotgun, and I can use any round ever made, from 22 to 45, everything. So that is a little tip. If you are not allowed to have guns where you are at, these insertions can be bought without any permit at all, and you can have them in your bag, and when shit hits the fan and you go somewhere, if you find a shotgun, you can fire all the rounds in the world. So yeah. Just a little tip. Yeah, Jim. We can't even have crossbows. We can't even have a knife more than 3 inches. 2.5 inches is the rule. So, yeah. We can't even carry a shield. It's insane. We can't even own a shield in our own house. You can't even have a sword on the wall unless it's made blunt. So, yeah. Yeah. So, is there any other questions out there? I'm gonna drop the stream again, and if anybody wants to join, I'd love to hear from you. So, who do we have? Is Hoosier still here? If you're here, Hoosier, call in. I haven't talked to you in ages. Yeah, that's right, Don. No sword. Look what we're allowed to have. In Denmark, a blade can't be longer than this. That's it. 2.5 inches. In-house, you can have tools. You can have, big knives for that you use as a tool or something, but you can't take them out of your house. So when you're outside, you can only have 2.5 inches on you at any time. So. Yeah. So what do I do when I don't sit here and talk or making videos or talking to you on Discord? Well, I have a lot of hobbies. So I've tried to better myself. I have for some years now. So everything I do is somehow combined with the future I see. I don't do worthless stuff that's not going to take me anywhere. One of my big passions is picking locks and breaching and entry. So that's a hobby of mine. I basically take a lock and I use lock picks and I sit and pick locks. It is a good skill to have, and it's actually very soothing when you're relaxing. Another passion of mine, as many of you know, is martial arts. I'm trained in judo. I'm trained in Brazilian jiu-jitsu. I used to box, and now I'm trying out MMA, trying to combine all this. And everything I've learned is also based on on hand-to-hand combat that I see as defense. Everything is based on trying to defend myself. I must say, I started out trying to what do you call it? I was trying out just to be self-defense. It was based on self-defense, but now I'm into the sport as well. Especially Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is an amazing sport, and you can learn some amazing things there. And you can get the sparring live, and I just love it. Yes, Dawn. I am still doing my classes. We haven't had that many people over the summer because, well, people people have been aching to get out. Night, night, Jem. Thank you for coming. It was wonderful having you. I'm amazed of all of you guys, girls that came here tonight. So yeah, thank you for coming, Jem. Have a good night. Yeah, I've been doing classes. It's mostly kids that comes, and it's not much self defense they're gonna learn, but I'm learning them to fall, and they learn to roll and move and uh, try to let them feel some movement they haven't tried before. So yeah, I have a lot of experience with that, and yeah, I actually made a video a couple of weeks ago where I'm just rolling around with some kids in the park. So yeah, yeah. But it has been slow over the summer. For those who know what Dawn is talking about, I've put a self defense class for my local area in the park, in the local park, and I'm there every Sunday for 2 hours for anyone who wants to learn how to defend themselves. I'll teach people how to fall. I teach people how to take other people down. I teach people concepts of survival and defense, and basically my main focus is to try to teach people not to get in a fight at the first place, because it's funny. Let me share a little background. I was a fucked up kid. I've done a lot of bad stuff in my youth, and I fought a lot in my youth. And since I started training martial arts, I have never been in a fight since. And that's what you can do with martial arts. It teaches you how to keep calm in a situation where two energies escalates and make a fight, because it's two people trying to match each other energies that's gonna eventually get one of them scared, and he's gonna hit you. So when you can do martial arts, whether it's wrestling or sambo or Brazilian jiu-jitsu, something that's close range, you get that comfort in the pocket, so you don't have to be afraid. And basically, if you take fear out of the equation, you avoid 90% of any fight. So yeah, that's my philosophy, and that's why I try to teach people. Yeah. Yes, I especially think that wrestling is a very valuable thing to have. And what I mean with close combat martial arts like wrestling, like sambo, Brazilian jiu-jitsu, judo, all those kinds, is that they teach you, because you spar in them and you fight in them. It teaches you that there's always a guy that's better than you. No matter how good you are, no matter how high on your horse you get, there's always one guy that's better than you. And that teaches you humility, and that's very, very important. You don't get that in some forms from karate and these other martial arts. Some have full contact, but then you can't hit in the head and stuff like that. I think you need something that's tangible and real, and you have to practice it. And you can do that in a wrestling match. You can do that in a Brazilian jiu-jitsu match. You can really test your skill and perfect and refine your skills, and that's what I love about it. I feel like can try and learn karate for 10 years, and of course I'm going to get really good at kicking and punching, but I don't really know if it's going to work. And I usually I say to people, if they want to choose the most common question, should I pick a striking martial art or grappling one? And usually I say it all depends on if it's short term or long term. If it's a short term, if you need to defend yourself within 6 or 12 months, do grappling, because you will get so much farther with grappling. But if you can see that you have 5-10 years to learn something, then you can do all the other stuff as well. But they take longer to learn, they take longer to perfect. And yeah, that's my opinion on it. Wrestling and Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu have something that you can use right away. Well, enough about martial arts. Anybody else have something they want to talk about? So what else do I like? Of course, I've been playing soccer for 40 years on the side, so that's a big passion, but I didn't see progress in it, so I quit, and I was kind of getting too old as well. Grocery supplies. Well, basically, we have about the same sisters as you have over there. We have our local groceries are being filled up twice a week, and if they don't do that, it's gonna be empty. That means when shit hits the fan and grocery ain't gonna come out, it'll be gone in 3 days. That's the naked fact. And it's like that mostly all over the world. So that's why you need to have something in house, because when shit hits the fan, you don't want to go to the supermarket. That's the last place you want to be. So yeah, and imagine when the groceries is down for 3, 4, 5 weeks. Imagine what's going to happen. Yeah. Well, I think about now we still have everything. I think I don't think there's something we're terribly missing. I see less and less import though, whether it's due to border controls or it's due to downgrading or something. But I see less and less products that come from beyond. We get a lot of products from Sweden. We get a lot of products from Germany and England, and especially England after the UK stepped out of the union. We are not getting many products from there. But luckily, Denmark is a pocket. We produce mostly. We have most ourselves. It's mostly exotic fruit and stuff like that, and vegetables that we don't get. But we basically have everything. So, but as I said, if it all breaks down, it will be empty in 3 days. So be wary of that. Yeah. So who do we have? Is it Jim and Dawn? Yeah. Any questions? I take questions in the chat too. Just bring it, I love your questions. It's amazing because I just yap about the same stuff all over again. So, but I do have an opinion on any subject. And it doesn't have to be conspiracy theorist. It doesn't have to be about what we're seeing now, but I have an opinion on anything. So let me yap some more. I can talk about many people in my YouTube channel and Discord. When I talk to them, not all of them know what I really believe in, because many of them are sending me things that I don't agree with. And before you jump to conclusions, I think it's lovely that everybody is checking out this material. But example, I have a lot of people sending me proof that the virus it has a recovery rate of 99.7 or 0.3 or something like that. Well, my view on that is there is no okay, it ain't there, so it's zero, and it doesn't matter how many times you add zero, it's still going to be zero. All this nonsense with percent and how the test work and the tests are unreliable, it's all playing into the narrative that this exists, yeah. Yeah, and let me discuss that one too, Don, because I don't believe the flu is a virus. It may come to shock to somebody, but some of you already know what I'm talking about. I think the flu is a part of our immune system. It's a way for us to discard all the poison and bad stuff that we put in ourselves for the whole year. And once a year, your body is gonna say, you know what, we're gonna have a cleansing. And I actually think that the word spring cleaning comes from that. It's our body that's trying to yeah, exactly, Don, you got it. We getting poisoned all year long. You have no idea how much poison you take in on a daily basis. I was oblivious 5 years ago, and now that I see it, it's insane. It's in our water. It's in everything. We breathe it, we drink it, we eat it, and we get it from each other. I do believe in bacteria. Bacteria is real. It's a live organism, but I do not believe in viruses. Viruses, as explained, is a dead protein excretion, and I don't buy it for one bit. If you want to, if you want to know my full view on the point, I will refer to some doctors and a book. There's a book called "What Really Makes You Ill." You should definitely read that one. I don't agree with everything said in it, but there's a lot of things that seems very plausible to me. Of course, you can listen to Andrew Kaufman. Kaufman has some good theories as well. And some good insight, and yeah, Cohen, what is he called? Michael Cohen, I think. He has been looking into this as well, and he has come out and explained what he thinks it is. But here is what I think it is. I think your immune system is working for you, and I think your immune system has been compromised since you were born. That's what they do. It's with the early injections of poison you get 8, 12 injections before you're 12 years old, you just get your immune system just get smashed, and then they're just gonna fill on with all the poison that you take in every day. I think I think every illness you have, a normal illness, is your immune system cleansing itself. It's simply when you have a fever, it's your own immune system fighting a foreign body in your body, and that's what's happening. If you have an infection or a toxin in you, your immune system will fight this, and if the infection or toxin is too great, you will get a fever and you will shut down. And I think everything is an infection. I think when you have a tourniquet, it's an infection. When you have an infection in your skin or something like that, that is also your body trying to cleanse itself. Acne, whatever you think is something that you should kill with a medicine, is actually your body. When you try when you take pills for your fever, when you take pills for your stomach ache, when you take pills for your headache and everything else, you're actually doing your immune system a disfavor. A good advice is try to gradually get every medication out of your life. You have to be careful if you have been using medication for many years. You need to reverse engineer that progress. You just can't stop using medication. Your body will shut down, and if your fever gets too great, you need to take a pill. Otherwise you will die. That shit is very real, and that is basically my thoughts. I remember when they started drive-through shots in I don't get that. Can you clarify that? What shots are we talking about? Are we talking about vaccines? Drive-through. Oh yeah, drive-through shots. This is a vaccine. Yeah. Yeah, we don't have those here. Here you have to go to the doctor to get a vaccine. But I think down the line it's gonna be a prescription drug. They want you to self-medicate at home. That's the goal. And so, yeah. I do think vaccines is playing into the next big thing with the next variant, because we all know that the first one it wasn't there. It was all created by numbers. It was all created in the system by statistics and numbers. But maybe they have put something in these new vaccines that could make some outbreak of some kind. I don't think it's to kill us. I don't think it's to hurt us in any way. It's just to sell the narrative that it exists. Because we didn't see a lot of sick people doing the last one, but if you put something in these vaccines, the next one could be illnesses. So I think there might be something in there, but I'm not sure. As I said to Matt, I don't think they're trying to kill the people who are taking the vaccines. It doesn't make sense to me that you want to kill the good little sheeps. you wanna kill the black sheeps, like me and like yourself, everybody that's having a different opinion on the subject. Those are the people they want out there. And that's why they have made a lot of camps all over the world. You have camps in China, you have camps in the US, you have camps in Canada. I don't see them here yet, but basically in my country, they don't need them. But I think all those camps is for you and me. At some point, if you're not willing to take that, you'll be wound up and you'll be put in a camp. Just like what they did with the Japanese guys back in, what was it, 42 or something, back in the 40s. So, yeah, tuberculosis is a bacteria. It is not a virus. TB is a bacteria. So, and that's another thing we can talk about. That's another thing. In 2018, we had a big outbreak. It started in Asia somewhere, in India, I think. Big outbreakers of tuberculosis that spread to Europe, and it actually killed a lot of people. So where were the masks then? That was actually something that you could stop with a mask, because bacteria is a hell of a lot bigger than what they call viruses. So where were the masks then? Where were the shutdowns then? Because if you take it numbers on the fly, more people died of that infection than they're doing now. So yeah, tuberculosis is real. So yeah, you can look into that. It's the outbreak of 2018. In 2018, there died more people than did in 2020. That's a naked fact. I want to be 100% wrong about why I'm against people taking this injection. Yeah, I used to look down at people that took these injections, but now I see that they just don't know. Okay, and they're too far in the system that they just can't see through it. They just have to buy the narrative now. Yeah, they've been fed this their whole life, and I get this feeling that you kind of get irritated on the people who take it, because they're actually pushing the narrative, but they don't know any better. You can't blame these people. The only ones to blame is the one who doing the propaganda. Look at the propaganda that has been put out for the last 22 months. The world didn't stand a chance, basically, because you have a lot of people who have too much to lose, and you just can't you can't teach people what many of us have seen over many years. We have to remember that we were not born like this. I wasn't, at least. At some point, we all believed in the system one way or the other, and we have to realize that many of us have many years to what do you call it, de-indoctrinate ourselves, to see what to see through all the bullshit. But you can't imagine to people who are just woken up, even if they're woken up to this COVID scam, even if they're oh shit, I used the bad word, even if they're woken up to some of the other nonsense that have been here for the last 10 years, you can't expect them to just pull down the curtain like we have. Yeah, I've been doing this since 2003. I've been a full-blown conspiracy guy, if you want, since 2003. That's why I saw 9/11 was bullshit, and everything just rolled from there. So yeah, that's my advice, Habanero. I do get that you can get irritated at these people, but it's not their fault. The propaganda is just too big, and everybody just wants to fit in. They don't want to rock the boat. They didn't stand a chance. We kind of stand a chance because we knew all this bullshit was going on before it started. We had a head start. So yeah, give people a chance. That's my advice. And don't pick fights with somebody who you can't convince anyway. Keep that energy for the people who you really can help. You really can convince of the world we live in, and be very careful. That's another thing. Be very careful of who you put through the mill, who you dump in the rabbit hole, if you want, because some people can't handle it, and that's the naked fact. There are people out there who are able to see the deception but can't handle it. So I've seen it. I've seen guys go down on this. I've seen they haven't committed suicide, but I've seen them go all to shit, lose their home and their family and wife, kids, everything. So be very careful. Go slow with people. Don't just take them by the hair and dump them down the rabbit hole, because they might see it, but down the line, they go through that thing we all been through. We all been in that depressed phase. Once you see how evil and fucked up this world is, it's get depressing, and it will affect you. I don't care how strong you are. I see myself as a pretty strong guy. I was all down on the floor. I have to pick myself up by the roots. I basically gave up on the world, and I had to convince myself that there was something fighting for. So yeah, and that's way before this nonsense now. That's way before. Luckily, I got kids. Kids pull you out of that state right away. So yeah. Who else do we have? Coastal Truth, how you doing? Is there anybody I have forgotten? We are just 6 people here. I love it. And for those who haven't been here before, I say again, it's my first stream. I haven't made a stream before, a live stream. So if I fuck up, let me know. But I guess you can hear me. I guess you can see me. And, well, everything going fine so far. I guess we're done over an hour now. More. I can't ask for more. So, yeah. We have some new people. I'm just going to put in the stream again. If anybody wants to join me or anybody have questions, I take questions live. I take questions in chat about anything and everything. There's not a subject too small or too big. I'm willing to talk about anything. So yeah, just write up some thoughts. If you have anything you just want a Danish opinion on or something like that, just bring it up, and I'll give you my honest opinion. Because that is one of my biggest strengths, is that I trust a lot in myself. And yeah, let me put that out there, that the way that I come to conclusions is that I gather information from a lot of people. I don't do mainstream news. I don't do what do you call it? All these stories. I don't do history. I want any information with an opinion on it. So I'd rather have the news that was in the telly yesterday from the guys at work. I want them to talk about the news. Then I get the news with an opinion. That's how I do it. And then I listen to a lot of people about the same thing. And when I have 1,000 views or something like that, I have 1,000 opinions on it, and I use my gut feeling for what is right and wrong. Everything is basically right and wrong for me. If I feel something is wrong, I'm going to put it in that category. And if I feel something is right, I'm going to put it in that category. So that's basically how I work. I gather as much information and as many opinions as I can. But in the end, I don't take any word for granted. It's only my opinion that counts in this world. And yeah, I'm wrong. I've been wrong before, and I'll be wrong again, But that's not what it's about. It's about trusting your gut feeling, trusting your instincts. And I think that's the way to go, especially when you live in a world with this much bullshit. So, yeah, that's my opinion. And that's how I learn things. Don't take one word for granted. Get a second opinion and an opinion after that. And never stop. And if you find out that if somebody comes with an information that makes you doubt the conclusion you already made, then put it up for debate again. Don't be too big on ego and being right and being wrong, because that's not what it's about. It's about finding the truth. And the truth doesn't care how many people are right and wrong. The truth will be the truth. It's only a question if we can find it or not. Yeah. So nobody wants to join? Oh, poison ivy. Yeah, that's a bad one. I've tried that before as well, Crunchy B. That is a bad one. What else? Yeah. So, yeah, I'm starting to run it out a little, and we don't have many people online now. So I'm kind of thinking we're going to shut it down real soon. I do appreciate everybody who came here tonight and helped me with my first stream. That was amazing. Thank you, dearest Dawn, for being here. You've been amazing, and you've been a lot of help for me. So, yeah. I don't know who's the other one watching, but thank you too. Thank you, Habanero. Appreciate you too. And this is it's just the first, and it went good, so I'm gonna make another one. I'll be here next Sunday again, and if you have some questions that you're wondering about during the week, please save them and jump in. Thank you so much. That's it for me today. See you on the flip side. This is Rebel TV, over and out. Thank you all. Bye.